Hello everyone, before starting with the specifications of this wonderful consoles, I leave you in the description the links to be able to pre-order any of the two consoles. From what I saw they are already sold out, but I leave them to be attentive. From Xbox Series X I think there is a space to order. Luck and hope you like the video. Differences PS5 vs Xbox Series X, price, date, and specs, teraflops, RAM, and more. We compare the data that Sony has shown us in the presentation of PS5 with those that we already knew about the Microsoft console. Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced during the PlayStation Showcase that PS5 will be launched in stores this November 19th in Spain and the rest of Europe at a price of €499 for the standard model, with disc player, and €399 for PlayStation 5 all digital, November 12th in Japan, the United States and other North American territories. Also, reservations have already been opened and we already know the launch catalog from PlayStation Studios. From Microsoft, Xbox Series X will hit stores on November 10th at a price of €499, this time global launch. Now that we know the official design of PS5 and its first confirmed exclusive games, it should be remembered that Mark Cerny presented the technical specifications of PlayStation 5, the new Sony console for this Christmas. A few months ago the architect of the company, the eminence in charge of designing the PlayStation hardware, reported the final technical characteristics that the platform will have and that explain the finish of some of its games, such as Ratchet & Clank, Ripped Apart or Spider-Man, Miles Morales. It is a hardware that wants to compete face-to-face with Xbox Series X, of which we also have many details thanks to the official information in recent weeks. Which is more powerful? One of the differential characteristics of Xbox Series X is that it will have backward compatibility with thousands of launch games thanks to the team that is working on making the entire Xbox One catalog can be enjoyed out on the new machine, to which we must add up the other hundreds of Xbox 360 and Xbox titles. Additionally, backward-compatible Xbox Series X games will also have reduced loading times from their original wait times. The fight for power, new generation. If we start with the CPU, we see that Xbox Series X has 8 cores of 3.8 GHz by the 8 of 3.5 GHz variables of PS5. On GPU, we were amazed at the announced 12 teraflops of power for the Microsoft console on a custom RDNA 2 architecture. PS5 confirms the same type of architecture. It had been speculated that it might be RDNA 1 but in teraflops it stays at 10.28. It will be necessary to see its performance, since Cerny has insisted that his idea is to offer a smaller and more agile GPU to offer a performance above what is expected from his number of TFLOPs, which according to him, does not respond to all the possibilities offered by the GPU component. In bandwidth, Microsoft's console is also ahead, 10 GB at 560 GB/s for the PS5's 448 GB/s at the internal storage level. Both consoles have an SSD hard drive, on Xbox Series X 1 TB and on PS5 825 GB. The speed of the SSD is at 2.4 GB/s on the Microsoft console and 5.5 GB/s on the Sony console. Note that in Xbox Series X it was specified that it could be expanded 1 TB more. Both have 16 GB GDDR6 of RAM. Sony has confirmed during the PlayStation Showcase the official release date and price of both PS5 and PS5 all digital. All the details. Sony Interactive Entertainment has confirmed during the PlayStation Showcase on September 16 that PS5 will go on sale this November 19 in Spain and the rest of Europe at a price of €499 for the model with a disc player and €399 for PlayStation 5 all digital, November 12 in Japan, the United States and other North American territories. Reservations are already open in Spain, as we tell you in this article. Also, we already know what the console's launch catalog is in regards to PlayStation Studios video games. In the case of controls, the DualSense will be sold separately for €69.99. Demon's Souls for €79.99. Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales for €59.99 / Ultimate Edition for €79.99. Sackboy, A Big Adventure for €69.99. Destruction All-Stars for €79.99. Astro's Playroom for €79.99. They had already warned on their social networks, PlayStation 5 was going to be revealed on the platform's official blog, something that the developers have received with praise. After Microsoft published the technical specifications of Xbox Series X, the next generation console from Redmond, Sony moves the tab and explains what its next machine will be like. We knew that the system would mount an 8-core AMD Ryzen Zen 2 CPU, as well as an SSD hard drive. It was also explained that his controller would have haptic capabilities, so that touch and sensations will change based on actions. Now PS5 architect Mark Kearney steps in to reveal many of the console's secrets. The information, advanced by Eurogamer as exclusive, offers all the technical details of the console. The machine will incorporate 10.28 TFLOPS, 16 GB of RAM and an SSD, which will provide faster loading times. Technical specifications. CPU, 8-core Zen 2 at 3.5 GHz, variable frequency. GPU 10.28 TFLOPs, 36 cores at 2.23 GHz, variable frequency. Custom RDNA2 GPU architecture. Memory/interface 16 GB GDDR6/256-bit. Memory bandwidth 448 GB/s. 825 GB SSD custom storage. I/O 5.5 GB/s, pure, 8-9 GB/s average, compressed. Storage expansion slot NVMe SSD. External storage USB HDD compatibility. 4K UHD Blu-ray optical reader. Power and efficiency, the PS5 graphics core. It has become clear that PlayStation 5 will be a powerful machine, very powerful, but also efficient and designed to optimize resources depending on the existing demand for that power in each video game. Mark Kearney has acknowledged that the CPU and GPU will not always work at those 3.5 GHz and 2.23 GHz, respectively. When the worst possible case occurs, it will run at a lower clock speed. But not much lower. To reduce consumption by 10% you only need a reduction of around 2% in frequency, so I estimate that the reduction will be quite low, he explains. It is confirmed again that ray tracing will work accelerated by the hardware itself, not the software. That real-time ray tracing will be ensured thanks to the so-called intersection engine, which is based on the same AMD strategy for its future PC GPUs, so the PS5 hardware is in effect close to that of a PC. Upper mid-range. I've already seen a PlayStation 5 game that successfully uses ray-traced reflections in complex animated scenes, at a modest cost, without sacrificing performance on the console. 3D sound, this is how we will listen to the games on PS5. PlayStation 5 wants to make a difference also in sound work. 3D sound is something that was announced a long time ago, but obviously we do not know how it will materialize until the console is in our homes. The Kearney team is taking this into account and will make the console's audio unit use just a fraction of a Jaguar core to deliver 7.1 surround sound. The new Tempest engine on PlayStation 5 will be able to support hundreds of sound sources at a higher quality. According to the explanation, That Tempest engine is actually a modified AMD GPU computing unit. It has caches removed to use DMA transfers only. In summary and in Spanish, a revolution for sound on consoles, especially if we play with headphones thanks to that new surround. The importance of SSD memory on PlayStation 5, 825 GB. Having seen the SoC and the key features of the PlayStation 5, Kearney has explained two aspects that will make the difference in the next generation of Sony consoles both in speed and efficiency, the SSD memory. According to estimates by the British media, 2 GB of data can now be loaded in a quarter of a second. In this way, the 16 GB of RAM memory of PlayStation 5 can be loaded in just 2 seconds. As he explains, as video game creators we went from having to distract the player during the journey, like Spider-Man subway trips, to being so fast that we may have to slow down the transition a bit. Let's talk about performance without getting lost in data. PS5 flash drives will link SSD modules through a 12-channel interface with 5.5 GB/s throughput with a total of 825 GB of space. It is a rare number, different from 512 GB or 1 TB, as it will have in the latter case Xbox Series X, but according to Sony it is the optimal figure. We can look through the NAND flash components available on the market and build something with an optimal performance/price ratio. Someone who makes an M.2 unit does not have that much freedom, and it would be difficult to sell it if it did not have those standard sizes, they argue. This will serve to adjust the price to what the Japanese publisher estimates right now. Microsoft has announced the final price of both Xbox Series S and its smaller model, Xbox Series X. In the case of the second, the machine with which Phil Spencer's team intends to make the leap to the new generation of consoles, will be $499 or €499, Spain included, with a release date scheduled for November 10. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate will be a fundamental part of the console, a service powered by more than 100 games, many of them exclusive, and a great novelty, EA Play, the equivalent service from Electronic Arts that joins Xbox Game Pass at no additional cost. North American users will be able to pay for the console in installments with Xbox All Access, but Spain has been left out. Microsoft's new console, Xbox Series X, reveals new details. Not only does it show a technical demo with some of its functionalities, but we can also see the console for the first time, by the hand of YouTuber Austin Evans. Through an entry on the Xbox website, the Redmond report on the latest news. The team maintains that from the beginning, the intention with Xbox Series X was to offer the most powerful Xbox system for their video games. In past generations, potential was defined primarily by graphics innovation. However, they consider that today players demand something more than 60 frames per second and high definition. Although Xbox Series X will deliver a massive increase in GPU performance and will continue to redefine and advance the state-of-the-art in graphics with new capabilities, such as hardware-accelerated ray tracing, begins Jason Ronald, director and Xbox Series X product manager. We don't think this generation is going to be defined by graphics and resolution alone. Technical specifications. CPU, 8X cores at 3.8 GHz, 3.66 GHz W/SMT, Zen 2 custom CPU. GPU, 12 T-flops, 52 cores at 1.825 GHz RDNA 2 custom GPU. Pad size, 360.45 mm2. Processor, 7 nanometers enhanced. Memory, 16 GB GDDR6W/320 MB bus. Memory bandwidth, 10 GB at 560 GB/s, 6 GB at 336 GB/s. Hard drive, 1 TB NVMe SSD custom. I/O throughput, 2.4 GB/s.